Hi guys, Rebecca Creates here with a tutorial on how I make shrink plastic charms. So if you follow my channel, you've seen tons of projects where I actually use shrink plastic and stamp on it, but I've never actually done a tutorial. So recently when I did an unboxing for BB Craft, one of the items that I selected to review on my channel was the shrink plastic that they sell. And I was actually really happy with it, but it comes like this in a package of 15 sheets, you guys, for $15.29. So you're paying about $1 a sheet. And this is actually larger than an 8.5 by 11. I think it was 8.5 by 12. So about $1 a sheet. You can do a lot of stamping on just one sheet. I've purchased shrink plastic several times from craft stores, like local craft stores, Michael's, and you pay, I think it's about 5 sheets and it's over $5. It's like $5.99, $6.99 unless you have a coupon or a deal. So I think buying it in bulk like this on BB Craft is kind of economical. But definitely you can find shrink plastic anywhere, and there's multiple types of shrink plastic. This is the frosted kind, which is the kind I like to stamp on. They do have a clear version. That version you can stamp on, but when you're coloring it in, you have limited options of what you can do. So this is how the sheet looks. And you can run this through a paper trimmer to trim it down. You can, and actually I'll trim a piece down because I want to stamp for you guys. But you can do multiple things with this. You can die cut it, right? So I'm just going to cut a strip so you guys can see how easy it is to cut. And then you can stamp on this and use your heat tool to shrink it down. So let me just show you some of the things I have done before I stamp. So if you follow up my channel, like I said, you've seen me make many projects with shrink plastic. This is a really old project I did of Julie nutting charms, and I did this like 5 or so years ago, so you can see it really retains its look. And let's see, for scale, let me show you. This is the stamp that made this charm. So it really shrinks down quite a bit. And if you wanted to stamp something this big on one of those sheets, you could probably get 2 of these on one of those large sheets. So pretty economical. What else? Let me see. What else can I show you that I've done? This is a recent project I did at Halloween where I stamped out Oogie Boogie and one of the sentiments from the stamp set that says "You're a Scream." Colored it in, shrunk it down. I think it's just a cute little touch to make into a charm. By using a hole punch at the top, you can make it into a charm. So that was a project I did. And then I was playing around with the stamp set. So let me show you how cute this little stamp set is. Let's see. I'm sorry for the glare, you guys, but there's the stamp set. And if you see, look how cute. I stamped out some of the little Happy Mail, snail mail charms, and I left a little piece at the top to make like a bail kind of thing. This is the little envelope that says Happy Mail. And look how cute, you guys. Isn't that cute? So I love these. You can add those to projects on a dangle. I started playing around with this and having a lot of fun using this customizable stamp that I have. And I'll just show you. You can't, let's see. Can you see it better there? Maybe, but I'm blocking the light too. So really easy to stamp on. For shrink plastic, if you're going to use a stamp set, like just a general stamp set, you have to use StazOn ink. That's the only catch. You need a solvent ink. I don't know if there's other brands, but StazOn is the only thing that won't smear on the shrink plastic. So you want to stamp with StazOn. And then when you're coloring, you can color with a few different things. So you can use colored pencils. I like to use chalk pastels. And if you want to use alcohol markers, you have to flip it over and paint on the shiny side, and then you can use your alcohol markers. This looks like my nail polish kind of dragged there. And I don't know what kind of ink is in this stamp that I purchased on Amazon, but this is my personalized Rebecca Creates stamp, and it's stamped really well on it. So just basic stamping. Can you see that? And then what I did is die cut these. So just regular die cuts from my stash. I used anything that was like a 2-inch. So I had a circle, you know, just different shapes from my stash. Even this little stamped shaped one came out really cute. So once you have your stamped image, you can just line this up, run it through your die cutting machine, and it just needs one pass. It'll cut really cleanly. So that's how I got these shapes, if you can see that. But you can also just die cut on this as well. And I did that with these flowers. Like, I just made a bunch of die cuts and colored them in. And after I shrank them down, you guys, look how pretty. So these would be really fun if you just put a little gem in the middle, or if you make different sizes and stack them. But you can use this as an embellishment on projects, and because they're kind of thin, they won't be like too bulky or anything. You could round these out too. If you use like a round tool while it's still hot, you can push this down and round the edges, but I kind of like how they look flat like that. So these ones that I stamped out turned into like this after shrinking, but I'm gonna do one with you guys so you see how easy it is to do. But I love how it looks with the matte finish, like just a little bit of color on it. Can you see that? Versus this is glossy accents on it, which is pretty too. I mean, it stands out, right? So it's shiny, but I just like that matte finish personally. So stamped, die cut, and then you want a hole punch. So let's see. Oh, I could do a shaped. Let's see, I have a shape one. So I have this regular hole punch that makes a little daisy shape. So you just want to eyeball it, get it somewhere in the center. So you have your hole. When you shrink this down, you're going to hold it by that little hole that you punched out. Can you see that? Let's zoom in a little. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then I'll show you how easy it is to color this. Maybe I need a different piece of paper. Let's see if I can find a piece of color scrap paper and just show you guys how easy it is to color on this. So, oh, actually I think I have like a peachy color. I'm going to use this peachy color. The reason I like the chalk pastels versus the colored pencils is because you can smear it. So let me just show you. Like you just kind of lightly go over it everywhere. And then, I mean, if you're really artsy, you can use different colors and blend, but you can kind of go in with your finger and blend it in so it's really soft looking. And you can't do that with color pencils. So I like the chalk pastels for that reason, but you know, hey, use what you have in your stash. This I should have let dry a little more because you see it smearing a little, but that's okay. So once you have your pieces colored up, let's I guess I can do it on the silicone mat, but I'll show you guys how easy it is. It's going to be a little loud because I have to turn on my heat gun, but well, I feel like I just had another die cut here and I lost it. Oh yeah, this was a little flower die cut, and then once you chalk this over and melt it down, you'd get this size. No, this is the teeny tiny one. My God, you guys, how cute is that? So let's shrink this down so you guys can see. So any kind of, oh, and yeah, maybe a silicone tool or a stamping block, like if you have a stamping block, because you'll need something once it's heated to press it down and flatten it, right? So let's see, where's my pokey tool? Okay, so what I do is just hold it. Can you guys see that? Hold it by the where it's hole punched, and then just hit it with the heat. Once it looks like it's not gonna go anymore, then you can just kind of press it down. You could do this. You could use a stamping block, but look at the finished result. It's that like really pretty kind of chalky looking. If you stamp it the other way, depending what kind of ink you use, you could, you know, stamp it on the shiny side and you'd automatically have a shiny one. Otherwise, like these, what I did was just go over it with glossy accents. So you could do that as well and have your little charm or your little jump ring right through where you hole punched. Because you see, you hole punch that giant hole punch and look, it's a tiny little space for a jump ring. So just some little ideas of things you could do. You could also do, you could stamp just like initials. So like I could do RC with a bigger stamp set and mount it down, and it would just be a personalized Rebecca Creates tag that you could hang off of projects. But just endless possibilities, especially once you start stamping with stamp sets. So I'm gonna link the I'll have the link for this particular package of the 15 sheets for $15.29, and I'll have the BB Craft website, and there's also a discount code for $5 off a $40 purchase. The code is Rebecca5. So if you use that, you can get $5 off a $40 purchase, which, I mean, if you're going to buy in bulk or buy something else, it kind of will take, you know, a significant chunk off of that purchase. So, all right, so let me know what you guys think. And if you've ever done any projects with shrink plastic and you have videos, let me know in the comments down below so I can go over and check out your videos. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.